Hey guys, Raj made it out back with another banger. Here today, we're here at Towson doing one-on-ones, got us a one-on-one breakdown. All of it's from the slot, so I just kind of want to, give y'all some game from the slot, some technique. I know the slot doesn't have that much, technique that people can learn, but I got some valuable information that can help do these one-on-ones that can, help you guys get separation versus certain looks and just understand how to, get open versus certain looks, certain techniques, and let's get straight into it. Okay, guys. So the first route we got here today is a spray basic, run at 12 yards, 10 to 12 yards, and basically the look we got here is a catch technique DB or catch technique safety, where basically catch technique is where a DB is basically just kind of being a little flat-footed. He's not pedaling as much. He's not, moving as much. He's basically just kind of sitting at your depth. And I don't know how to explain it. He's kind of just waiting to collision you and kind of move you off your path. And a lot of people play it differently. The DB I went against today, and like I said, disclaimer for all the DBs, they are all phenomenal athletes. So like, this is one-on-one. This is an offensive drill. We're supposed to win, but this is just to get work. You know what I'm saying? It's just to get work. I'm not trying to put nobody down or anything. It's just to get work. But DB here today, he didn't really play as hard, flat-footed. So he was more kind of like, how do you say it, shadowing with how I was playing. So there's certain releases you can use at like in the slot, and one is the dip and one is the over release. So with this spray basic, I chose to go with the over release, which is basically spraying outside, probably for like 1 to 2 steps, and you can see that there where I will spray from the jump, and then go straight into turning a field and getting up vertical. And then I'll break down at my depth and just win with speed. But a way to beat catch technique is to angle your stem. So right there, as I like use the over release, I'm kind of attacking that outside shoulder. And as I attack that outside shoulder, it forces him, where he's like more flat-footed outside leverage, it forces him to move. And that's kind of where you kind of get that separation. Now, if you're like a creative thinker, you can kind of use that thinking or that way of getting separation to get you open. So like, say he's heavy inside. And this also too, like, as I push more vertically outside, you can see how he goes outside, and you want to create space. But just think about it. If I wanted to run an out route here, I would push vertically inside, probably move my alignment more, but push vertically inside, force him to go inside and go back out. There's ways you can kind of run your routes, but I wanted to show you guys that like a way to get separation, which basically why I did the opposite. I sprayed outside, kind of made him go more into his leverage and just used it against him and came back inside. And that's a way you can get leverage. I feel like some things I could have did better, which a lot of us need to work on. And if you're a high school athlete, like trying to go D1, trying to make it to college, I say a big emphasis is just working towards your depth. I built a bad habit of breaking too early sometimes, and you can see it here where as I break up, I kind of break down. I break down at like 9. And if I would have pushed it vertically like an extra step, I could have got more separation, and I could have got out in like 2. But it wasn't a bad route. It wasn't a bad route. I wouldn't say it was a bad route. I just believe I could have pushed it a little bit more vertically for an extra step to really sell that fade. Maybe even attack I didn't do bad by attacking the inside shoulder, but maybe even like, pushing it By pushing it more vertical, I could have like had him turn his hips and I could have got way more separation. But I think that's one thing I could have did to get better. But on to the next route. All right, our next route is a slot fade. I'm 1 yard outside the hash. I kind of did this a little bit purposely, but we're going to get into that. So the coverage we have here is basically a catch technique DB. He's playing the nickel, basically. Safety came down. And he's sitting at 4 to 5 yards. And we have to run a slot fade. So the thought process I had going into this route, or the plan I have, was to use the over release. So basically, a over release is a release where you kind of stem outside and you just get outside. It's like it's like your stem is angled basically fully outside. And I'll show that here. And basically, when I'm taking this release, when he's going to move, he moved, of course, he's going to shuffle. When he does that and he tries to put hands on, I'm dipping my shoulder so I can get that little separation and just use my speed to win. So basically, when you're in the slot, a big emphasis is second level releases, because certain coverages, sometimes even when you go against man, or sometimes zone and match coverages like cover 4 match or cover 3 match, you'll see that like apex or linebacker or even sometimes the safety, depending if it's like strong or weak, they'll try and force you. They'll like try to get hands on. They'll sometimes play exactly like this. And I wouldn't expect this to be man sometimes, but sometimes they'll play exactly like this and they'll try and reroute you. So having a plan like dipping, like a dip or over release, can really help with separation. And like I said, sometimes, especially if you're going against like outside leverage, what a over release would do is kind of help you take that leverage. It'll help you keep the leverage, and that's basically what I was doing here. I knew I had to get outside. I knew how to run my slot fade. So I just didn't waste any time and just got outside immediately. And then when I met up with him, I dipped my shoulder. Sometimes you're not like, you may ask like, okay, how can I avoid collision? I'm trying to tell you, you probably might not be able to. So that's why learning how to use your hands is really impactful. Like dipping your shoulder, swatting the hands by, timing it up is really good too. If you practice timing it up. And then just run a regular slot fade. The one thing I'll say is my catch point, it wasn't bad. I attacked the ball, but one thing I would say, I wish I went up with my hands, had more confidence, and had stronger hands as I went up and attacked this ball. I feel like it would have gave a better factor towards having late hands. Attacking it with my body wasn't bad either. It was just more so that like when you have late hands and DB's not able to see your hands, or you can catch and turn, it's way quicker too. Even though I was able to shield the ball, I still feel like just attacking it with your hands is more safer, and you secure the catch way better than attacking it and catching it with your body. But that was the one thing I say I can get better, and just attacking the ball more confidently and just getting a better and more secure catch at the catch point. All right, guys, let's get into our last route. Okay, guys, our last route here is a corner. If you guys are in high school, you're in college, you go to the Senior Bowl or anything where you have to do one-on-ones, you're going to go, especially in the slot, you're always going to have to run a corner. It's like mandatory. It's one of the routes you have to run and know how to win. So when I was going against this DB, we're in the red zone, so he's basically playing like 6-7 yards off. He's kind of playing like how the last DB played, just a little bit farther. So my thought process was just like the slot fade. One thing I do, I make everything look the same. I like when everything looks the same, everything is unique. So all my routes look paired. All my routes look like a fade. All my routes look like one route. So I was kind of thinking the same thing. All right, let's take an over release. So as I stem outside, you can see he didn't shuffle as much as the last DB. He didn't try and keep his leverage. And like I said, in the red zone, there's only so many routes you can run. So if you're going against DB, sometimes they guess. But for me, I was just thinking about like, hey, I'm going to take this outside and I'm going to just win. Once I take that outside, I'm going to win. And break skinny, high, throws me flat. But take the angle so I can get enough space. But basically, my initial point here was just basically just to get outside. Take an over release, get outside, and win. One big emphasis I would say I need to work on in this route is pushing my depth. When you guys get to college, even if you're in college, you make it to the NFL, depending on what college you get to go to, your depth is very important. And you can see I started at the 15 and I broke down way before my like break. I was supposed to break down at 10 and I broke at 8. And the reason why I say this is a big emphasis for me to work on is because like as soon as I clear them, I don't even push it another step. And that extra step could have kept them truthfully honest. And I feel like that's maybe because I was avoiding. But when I say push your depth is so important because timing. So when you're running routes with your QB, timing is a very important thing. And I know we're still in the red zone, but still, it's still emphasis no matter where you are at on the field. Timing is so important, and you running your route shorter, not pushing your depth could cost you an interception. And that's why I say, like, I wish I pushed it a little bit deeper and wasn't, like, trying to just evade collision. Because even though I won with speed, he could have undercut me. He could have undercut the ball, picked it off. I mean, he was playing underneath, even though I had the separation, but still, he could have undercut me. That's why I wish I pushed my depth a little bit more. And like I said, guys, another big emphasis, the over release. If you can see it just in the stem, when you play like a DB's kind of heavy set, you can always just attack leverage. So you see here, I'm just attacking the outside shoulder. And I'm keeping it vertical. My shoulders, everything is square all until the break point. But a big emphasis I need to work on and that could help you guys is just pushing your depth. If I would have pushed to 10, I could have got way more separation on this route. And I could have made the throw way easier on my QB, but I didn't push my depth. All right, guys. So basically, I just want to thank you guys for watching this video. I want to thank you guys for tuning in for another breakdown. I'm going to have more installed. Basically, I just want to like very, very emphasize on thank you guys. And I want you guys to keep tuning in. I'm going to keep posting more videos. I'm going to keep getting more content out. I know I've been gone for a little while, but I'm gonna post. I'm gonna get y'all right, bro. I've been trying to really I've been locked in for a little bit. School and football is it's a weird transition, but I'm gonna get y'all right, bro. I'm gonna get y'all right. I'm gonna keep giving y'all some more info. Keep putting you guys on the game, and just keep giving you guys this information. I hope you guys have a blessed day. You know, stay blessed up. Keep praying up. Keep working. You guys are gonna make it to your dreams. Hey, bro, make it out.
If you know what